Right, I don't want you to confuse me with a comedian. I want you to think of me in terms of Jasper Carrot. I want you to think of me more in terms of Sir John Betjeman and Ted Hughes, because compared to them I'm fucking hilarious. This is a true recollection of the day after Live Aid, the Sunday People headline, and all the things in this poem are true. Live Aid on the front page. Now I'll have to buy some denims, Prince Charles says, in the Sunday People, frank, fearless, free. The event becomes a backdrop for royalty, sharing top billing with Torval and Dean, Dallas and Myra Inley. Whilst in an half-inch column at the foot of page 8, it tells you where to send money to Live Aid. Just next to the advert for acne cream, the largest charity concert the world's ever seen, watched by 95% of all TVs, is illustrated with pictures of girls in bikinis. 2 columns on drugs, supposedly sold at the site, 2 columns on what Princess Di wore, hardly a mention of Ethiopia, the famine, or what the whole thing was supposed to be for. The Sunday People headline says it's all rot and royal. Now I'll have to buy some denims, Prince Charles says, and 10,000 Ethiopians turning their graves. Thanks. No. I'm not an anti-royalist. I like the nice bits at the end of the news as much as anybody. I actually became a professional poet. Professional poet, I'm laughing. I went on the MSc scheme where they give you £40 to get you off the dole. And you've got to have £1,000. So I saw like the bank advert saying, you know, we don't hold business back. So I went along and says, my name's Henry Normal. I'm a poet. And I'd like £1,000. And the bank would like to say yes, says fuck you off. And the listing bank says you what? And the Action Bank threw me out. So I'm thinking about all the adverts now, and naff they are. And we've seen that one shampoo that goes only where your hair needs it. I don't know about your shampoo, mine's where I fucking put it. I use Grecian 2000, by the way. My ear's okay, but my mouth moves a different speed to my voice. A sophisticated one, that. Right. This is rank advertising about one of the nappest slogans about at the moment. Country life is okay for the wife, but not hard enough for Len. Because Len's hard and he'd rather eat lard if there's no margarine for men. He says anchors for wankers, kroners for brain donors. Now I don't want to have to tell you again, because Len's hard. And he'd rather starve if he's not that nice dinky tub with flowers on it. Gloria. Margarine for men. Discover why they call it margarine for men. If you open it up, there's a nipple inside. All the lads that go out on a Friday night drinking, they've all got these funny names. Like Brown, and Shout, and Bernard. I don't know why Bernard comes, because he don't really fit in. The Robbo, Steve-O, Big Kemp, Trapper, Shit for Brains, Chicken Fucker. Oh, I'm Bernard's dad. We're actually being recorded tonight, so if you're going to echo, for fuck's sake, say something funny, because it's bad enough as it is. This is an old poem, but since we're recording it, it's about a creature that hangs around the bars. It's sort of got the like off prat off drink really. It's got the stomach of a whale and the breath of a Doberman Pinscher. In Chesterfield we call them lugs, but you'll probably know what they're like. They all look like this. Looks like a million others that is. Look at CNA, out on the piss, looking for the action, looking ugly. Does he find it? Does he buggery? Twice around the town, no action to be found. He's bound for the lads, the sound and the fads. Forcing good times, just gotta find some kind of sign he's still alive. Dad's first pint like pulling a plug, it's good to be alive. Stupid white socks, maroon sweater, soon clocks up 8 pints a bitter. A walking drip, talking wettery, drinks and drinks, but looks no better. He's a dirty joke, he's a real bloke's bloke. Proves it with his drink, shoves it to the brink. He's a man out with the men, one brain cell between 10. He's got the uniform, knows how to swarm, moves with the crowd, he's local and proud, he's on his turf, his patch of earth, he's in, he can be smug. It's good to be alone. 9:30 pip pub in line, acting loud, old trouser mouth, flirts with the skirts, frustrationers, dirt bursts from his eyes. His mind tries to find a way to climb up inside those thighs. He foams at humping bones, appreciative moans and groans, but 14 pints of stones best, and like all his crones he fails the test. Sex, noise and beer, to be someone somewhere, it's clear it's all a drug. It's good to be alone. Still looking for the action closing time. Could have put a bit, but not worth trying. Wants sex, don't want to kiss. What do they expect the decisions is? Says for a Chinese, bag chips, pie, peas, owning a taxi, throws up in the backseat, head out of the window, wipes on his finger, fumbles to the front door, stumbles in onto the floor, sick once more over a tasteless rub. It's good to be alone. Lurches to the armchair, reaches for the can beer, sticks on the video, flicks on some porno, blue nudes, screw crew, more booze, more food, masturbates while he fingers his grub. It's good to be alone. In the morning, still a victim, feeling like an horse has kicked him, feeling like his back's been stabbed or has slept on spikes, bound and gagged. He coughs up last night's fags, puts his dust in a plastic bag and hides him out the back door by his brain rot up the night before like a veteran of some holy war. Believes he needs to even the score, needs a solution, needs a cure, got something to prove, needs to prove or more. He's up and off to the pub, he's got his own personal jug, he's not just any mug, it's good to be alone. Right, it's a true life incident that happened in Chesterfield when a spaceship landed and they were looking around for intelligent life, but all they could find were a bunk. And this is the scene. Stop, Earthling. Fuck yeah. Stop, Earthling. We're alien beings from another planet. Fuck yeah. Bastard students. Now, Earthling, who is your leader? Johnny Rotten. What's it to you, Bubblehead? I'll tell President Rotten we have come to one of a disease that will cause spasms, nervous twitching, colour blindness and tone deafness. Ah, Northern Soul, we've had that one. You survived Northern Soul? No wonder you look such a fucking mess. Damn. I do lots of jibes at like youth culture, but I found out really who the real menace to society is. This is called Bring Back Hanging for the over 60s. Now I'm a civil sort of a chap. I open doors to the aged and infirm, and I don't mind when they just push past the little dears without a glance or a word. I don't mind the shopping bag in the back of the legs when you're getting off the bus, and the whinging and whining and overreacting and moaning and making a fuss, or when they evoke their God-given fucking right to jump the queue, and when they make out you don't exist because they think they're better than you. Oh yes, they think they're better than you. Still the Queen Mum, eh? She does a good job, doesn't she? She's the hardest working of all the royals. She does such a lot for charity. So would you if you had so much fucking money you didn't know what to do with it? She hadn't been living off the backs of you and me for the last 60 years. She'd be there with a purple rinse, pointing at your funny coloured hair. Still, it can't be much fun being old. When your sense of values and honour has passed it, left lonely, dejected and cold. So let's hang a few of the bastards. No, that's not right! Because they're old, you see. So they can be forgiven for forgetting the reasons that make it worth them still living. I'll finish with this one. Thank you. See, the elocution lessons are working. This is, it's called Rape Hides Behind Every Sexist Joke. Used and abused, she lays torn. Jokes about sex aren't funny anymore. A broken body soiled by the dirt of the city. The ending is spoiled. Rape scenes aren't pretty. Laugh at her now, and your humour's to be pitied. The scum that used her, that violated and bruised her, that ripped her apart and abused her, lurks in the loudmouth on the late bus, in the drunk out to impress his mates. Human skunks that reek of lust, who words of love choke on hate. Used and abused, she lays torn. Jokes about sex aren't funny anymore. Thanks. This is Strange Bedfellows. It's a new one. This is its world premiere. I woke up this morning with a pain in the head. It was Ronald Reagan asleep in my bed. Next to him was Idi Amin, and then the skeleton of Genghis Khan, Hitler, Pontius Pilate, Attila the Hun and the Shah of Iran. And then at the back, Gaddafi, and next to him was President Marcos. I pulled back the covers and there discovered Mrs. Thatcher licking her arses. This is Open Secrets. Let's be frank. All boys wank, or get hot and sticky in the sheets. All girls bleed every 4 or 5 weeks and buy tampons to absorb the leaks. These are taboos of which no one in polite company speaks. Lager makes you break wind, makes your blood level limp before you begin. There's really no harm in smoking dope. Pubic hairs always stick to the soap. Sex juices leave a distinctive smell. These are open secrets we all know well. Things polite company will not admit because good manners dictate one should avoid saying it. The term is usually come back for coffee when an invite for sex is in the offing. It's alright scoffing, but let's be straight. How many of you boys here tonight ever admit that you masturbate? Show of hands. You lying bastards. Look at me ad lib sheet. Right. It says we're actually recording this tonight for a live LP. Well, I thought it was going to be live, but there you go. This is about a man so hideously normal that he has to wear a bag. Let's all bugger off when I put this on here. I can see no evil in the world. There's nothing can make me sad. I can't say any fucking thing because my head's inside this bag. I'm not an animal, I'm a man. I was given this by my dad. He says, son, one day everything you see will be yours, and he gave me this fucking bag. The teachers gave me another. I got a further one from my mother. They gave me one at every job I had. It says, we can see a good future for you, son. Here, wear this very nice bag. But now I'm dead. They say I can take it off. But though they think I'm mad, I'll show them they can't discipline me. See, I'm still wearing my bag. I showed them, didn't I? I showed them. I do lots of gigs with punk groups, and I do a lot of these hardcore places, and I've noticed that all hardcore songs are very similar. This is an hardcore poem. 1, 2, 3, 4. She wanted lonely as a cloud, she wanted lonely as a cloud, she wanted lonely as a fucking cloud! But why doesn't anybody listen? Thank you. I like a lot of audience participation during my act, that's laughing and cheering and stuff like that. It says, I thought you'd all be students tonight, so I went to a student party in Leeds recently and I escaped. And I wrote this poem, it's called I'm a Fugitive from a Student Party. I'm a fugitive from a student party, those wacky students are driving me fucking balmy. I got cornered in the kitchen by some hippie with herpes, halitosis, acne, syphilis and numerous other lurgies that affect only students and headless fucking turkeys. The corridors were lined by posers posing with cans and never actually drank the cans, just occupied their hands while they asked deep searching questions like, what's your favourite band? There was a student on the stairs holding her head. I feel dead, she kept repeating, do I look dead? To which the joker tried to poke her and replied, yeah, let's get you into bed. Some twat tried to start the dancing, there's always one, usually some train spotter who keeps nagging on and can't understand why you won't dance to Elton fucking John. If you're going on to a student party, leave it early and arrive late. There's only one good thing about student parties, or students for that matter, they're so fucking easy to hate. This is a short poem for people of a nervous disposition. It's a serious poem. It's about a true incident that happened in Chesterfield where some hippie friends of mine, there's nothing wrong with hippies by the way, just now prefer to dress 10 years out of fashion as opposed to 20. Some hippie friends of mine went and helped the miners, and because they looked funnier than me, they got hit by one of the miners' sons. I thought this was a bit ironic. This is called Blessed Are the Pure of Heart, for they will be trodden underfoot. Rory fights the system. He's a prisoner of war but denies that he's a victim. Bites the hand that's seen to feed. The hand that signs for guns in the name of peace. The hand that draws a line across a refugee. He says income tax nails the soldiers' boots. Blood money fuels the tanks. Whilst the men in the Burton suits are laughing all the way to the bank.
Rory trips your anger with his smile, disarms you with his lifestyle. He plans to stop the city with the ideas from a Clash LP. Billy Bragg or New Model Army, his battleground is your personal views where you shoot him down as a crank, whilst the men in the Burton suits are laughing all the way to the bank. You say Rory's dreams are built on sand. He's a foot soldier in no man's land, a cliché casualty, a sheep to the slaughter, a moth to a candle, a fish out of water, trying to compete with the 9 o'clock news, the civic pride and the vote of thanks, whilst the men in the Burton suits are laughing all the way to the bank. The sad thing is, he really believes that the world could change. You say apart from that, he's fairly sane. I met a mason recently. To show me he was a mason, he did this thing with his finger. And to show him I wanted to say, fuck off! Scored any friend of Fred Flintstone's a friend of mine. He whispered, long live Larry Grayson, then he held me tight, he wiggled his thumb, stuck his finger up my bum. He says, I'm a mason, it's quite alright. He caught me unprepared, he was blowing down my ear. I put a mean face on, ready to fight. He wouldn't listen, he was into French kissing. He says, I'm a mason, it's quite alright. He wouldn't stop. I called a cop. The siren came racing, the flashing light. The police took down particulars, and they all did something ridiculous. The sergeant says, he's a mason, sir, it's quite alright. Unfortunately, this is a true story, and not all true stories are funny. It's about a girl I know where I was brought up in Nottingham. It's called Annie. Fobbed off with crisps in a pub car park. Annie's on her own again after dark. Wears what she can scrounge, earns pocket money from her paper round. For tea it's usually the chip shop, the TV or hanging around the bus stop. Competes at school with the other girls, with an hungry soul from an empty world. She's not a tragic case, just another saddened face. A scruffy child trying to become a woman, feeling awkward with what she's becoming. She looks for a way to cling and finds there's something missing. Clocks on at the local firm, buys going out clothes, gives her hair a perm, lives for Friday night, spends up out of spite. Her minute excitement's better than none, but by the morning, it's all gone. Still somehow, she still carries on. Annie's always planning to leave, she needs time and space to breathe. Still a child trying to become a woman, feeling awkward with what she's becoming. She looks for a way to cling and finds there's something missing. At 19, Annie's married with a kid, trying to keep her panicking, but at last she's something clean. She's happier than she's ever been. Then when he runs off to avoid ties, she sees the world in her baby's eyes. It soothes the child when they both cry. But God, and only God knows why, in her sleep the baby dies. Annie looks for a way to cling and finds there's something missing. This is a little poem, this is what I do. It's called Your Dad May Be Bigger Than My Dad, but my car will fuck up the period. I've got no muscles to flex, I've got no axe to grind, I've got false teeth and specs, and I drink out of lager and wine. But just don't start moving my car, I'll be on your guard for trying to get me. I don't care how hard you think you are, you're not as hard as Michael. I don't do no kung fu, I don't have no boxing skills, I don't need no Queensborough rules to wipe you off my grill. Hand-to-hand combat has its place, but hit and run is much more fun, so you can keep a little sand in my face if you might see a body with your head on it. I'm no good at lifting weight, I'm not a splash as Superman. I can't do a mile in 3:58 when my motor runs faster than you can. So don't mess with metal or you come off worse if I miss you first time. It's always reverse. Right, this is Prehistoric Courtship, this is a new one. It's about if we don't talk about sex. This is what sort of myths go on. Prehistoric Courtship. Straight 30. Menfolk tell of a fabled creature called the female orgasm. It comes in the night and it's so enormous it makes your ears stand on end and your toes curl. Menfolk enact a strange dance to conjure up the spirit of the mythical beast, but usually this brings forth only the male of the species, which is smaller and thought to resemble a slug leaving a sticky trail. It is said that the beast could be brought forth if the menfolk didn't engage in a preliminary 12 pints of lager ritual. That's all why. I don't know whether they got down these papers in the Sheffield papers. The stripper goes too far. So I wrote this. Why is he? I know who he is, but. Squeezing her voluptuous breasts, she pouted. The front row sat erect. The climax they never doubted, they'd all come to expect. But now, a little extra. She pulled back a smile. She pulled her top lip and slipped it over her head. The skull exposed sheer and vile, the veins ran worming purple and red. Down over her shoulder, the skin peeled onto the floor. Now no one tried to hold her, no one squealed for more. Then she tore out each of her mammary glands, the Joe on the front row had so craved, and taking one in each hand, she rubbed them into his paw. Next, the flesh of her bottom she plucked from her torso and placed on the Joe's knees. Hadn't he got what he wanted, but more so, he'd have thought he did too. She ripped out a wound by the fallopian tubes and forced it down his throat. He seemed to lose his taste for safe use, so at least it ended on a happy note. Last bit about sex. I'll move on to religion. To page 3. They don't usually have blokes. I wondered why if they had one of me, what it'd be like. The score Henry's got a big one. Henry's penis, black and very big. Henry's pen is black. What a big one, eh, girls? Serious bit. It's always a serious bit. Henry, age 19. Likes to travel and meet people. He loves working with children and old people. But look at the side of his ballpoint! Wonder if he needs any alternative on hey girls. A lot of the place in Chesterfield recently, they took offence at this one, so I'm going to do it again just to see. This is about how all the people are in the pubs and nobody's in the churches, called religious drinkers. It's like an advert to get people back into the churches. For great lager, follow the Christ. Lager drinkers wouldn't give a Castlemaine 4X for any other saviour. Crucifixion, what wouldn't you go through for a pint of younger Scotch bitter? Jesus Christ, head and body above the rest. Resurrection, I bet he drinks Carling like label. He may have been the Son of God, but he never had to find a man still bitter. I thought, when I did this, and like, people were always taking offence at what I do, so I thought, who's the worst of the worst of the worst that nobody could take offence at? So this is about Bob Monkhouse. It's called Bob Monkhouse the Antichrist. Game show hosts, they're so sincere. Game show hosts, they really care. Strange, the same God who gave you Francis of Assisi, the same God who gave you Joan of Arc should give you Ted Bastard Rogers, Nicholas Bastard Parsons, or Bob Smarm, 4-slash serious post-contrived catchphrase, carefully prepared spontaneous ad-libs Bastard Monkhouse. Bob Monkhouse needs castrating. Strange, the same God who gave you Gandhi, the same God who gave you the Christian martyr should give you a Leslie Bastard Crowther. Why is there a Leslie Bastard Crowther? The Christ is right now, bigger than God. The four horsemen of the apocalypse, come on down. Right, if there's nobody who's offended, you can't have finished after singing afterwards. It's got a problem of etiquette. This also is about something that you can't really argue about. It's about fox hunting. And as we know, there's only one way to kill a fox, which is to dress in red, go on a horse with a pack of hounds, there's just no way else you can kill them. So, funny little buggers. Hey, Jeremy! One just can't move for fucking foxes. They're constantly under one's
feet. They look so out of place on one's occasional table, and there's no space for foxes in one's deep freeze. There's clogged up one's jacuzzi. There's no fox-shaped container in one's Tupperware. There's one simply won't fit into one's fitted kitchen. The blood gets everywhere. One must dress in red. Horse champers, pack of hounds. What else is one supposed to do? We'll call it something grand, like heritage. Then maybe one could dispose of those awful common people too. Going to the other end of the social scale. It's called Captain Kirk and the Vegans. Captain's log, star date 26/12/85. Captain James T. Kirk of the Starship Enterprise. Due to transporter malfunction, First Officer Spock and myself have been down into a bowl of soya carrot fudge. Strange alien life forms hold us at their mercy, thrusting anti-vivisection leaflets on us, while trying to force-feed Spock lentil and hazelnut bake. Their language is unknown to us. They talk of simosas, bean roll barges, muesli, and the dreaded bean beans. Spock has deduced that these creatures are completely divorced of logic, and I have been compelled against my will to buy 2 of them a lager. I can only suggest these poor creatures are the mutant survivors of a massive stun phaser attack. Although I vow to the non-interference treaty, I feel compelled to help these poor unfortunate creatures, and have revealed to them that although ideologically sound, very short hair at the front, sides and top with a long bit at the back looks very silly. I leave him with this message as a warning. It really makes me. I don't swear, as you know. It's about people who swear a lot. It's based on an incident, actually, a real life incident that happened to me when I was a kid. Sat on carpet steps, hanging around like you do. And 2 mates of mine were talking about football. My mum was going, fucking ball came down the fucking way. And I counted, like 100. I thought, fuck this. It's based on that, it's called Fucking About. If you've heard this one, you can sing along to it. Fucking this and fucking that, fucking about me, fucking chat. Leave the fucking out of your prat. Fucking every fucking word, can't fucking tell what you fucking heard, fucking absurd. Taking twice as fucking long to say what's not worth a fuck anyway. Don't fucking care if you're fucking swear, for fuck's sake make your meaning clear. You've got fuck all your fuckles all these days, take some fuck with a pain in the head. Take the fucking blue bits of brain, you'll fucking said it, silly bastard. Just to show you that I can be tender. It's a love poem for people who can't spell. B, you're adorable. And you're so beautiful. H, you're as sweet as can be. I may be dyslexic, but I'll try to spell it out. I love you. Dancing is supposed to be like part of the sexual ritual, which makes me wonder about breakdancers. Now, I did this time at the Leicester in Sheffield, and some people thought it was dancist. But it's not, because some of my best friends dance for me. Right. It's about how, like, you don't see girls breakdancing, do you? He got to drop on the other guys, he got the body pop, as cool as ass. Well, I've never seen him with the same girl twat. He said, I'm a breakdancing with my baby. I take it for a spin on the dance floor. I'm too much for one girl, baby. That's why they never come back for more. He was a real cool cat in his baseball cap. He got an eye for the ladies and all the right chap. But when he starts to dance, get down. I says when he starts to dance. Ooh. I says when he starts to dance. He looks a right prat. This next bit is a warning to all road users about an hazard. Think of that as a car. Then that is a bike. And that is a goth. You know what a goth is? These people who dress all in black, I mean. Very difficult to see at night. And they won't wear those fluorescent anoraks. That's Sisters of Mercy, by the way. So when you go out tonight, think once, think twice, think goth. Then run the pretentious bastard over. We have actually got the only goth scout group in Sheffield. This is a true fact. There's a little poem about him. Dib, dib, bloody dib, dob, dob, bloody dob. Got scouts meet in the pub. They dress all in black, neckerchief, toddle and anorak with alien sex fiends sprayed on the back. They don't learn lots about tying knots or anything clever like making fire by rubbing two crucifixes together. They think camping's something gays do, tearing the legs off flies, that's their idea of sport. They do like a good sing-song though, whirl around the Ouija board. They don't sing Ging Gang Jubilee, it's more your sisters of mercy. They've got badges for bow outs and birthday parties sewn down the sleeves of their jersey. They don't do bobber job, that's the other mob. These scouts are cool and goth, like a dib 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 and a dob dob bloody dob. If you want a good deed doing, you can just bugger off. Right, this is an opera. Culture for you, right? I've not done this one before, so I'll probably louse it up, but anyway. It's about these people, when they go for a meal, they can't just go and have a bag of chips. You have to make a big production of it, right? So I decided to make an opera of it. And seeing as it's like set in a trattoria, it's Italian. Oh, what shall I do? What shall I do? What shall I do? Have the spaghetti. Oh no, I want the spaghetti. Have the spaghetti. Oh no, I want the spaghetti. Have the spaghetti. No, 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 no. At this point, yet Chef Antonio enters. We've got spaghetti, macaroni, cheese. Must not forget the cannelloni, please. All cooked up with the finest pasta. Choose one soon, you bastard! And we can talk it up. What's like you talk it up? And you can talk it up. Hey! No, no, no. There must be something more. There must be something more. Enter Antonio's wife, Josefina. Anything goes on a pizza base. We took the smell right off your face. Little Ricardo last pizza base, like an old eater. Same thing, hey! Andre, unbelievable. Anything goes on a pizza base. Serve you right, you come in this place. Once you eat it there, it stays. No go to the toilet, man. Midday. Anything goes on a pizza base. Use all the crap you'd be made. Chicken heads don't go to waste. Botulism. It's not so easy. I think I'll just have the coffee. This is my penultimate good drinking partner. Whenever I do that love poem, there's always somebody in the audience that says that you found my mate, please. Standing there, he's got like 15 pints and he's got a big beard and it's always just like his mate. Yeah. I got friendly with one of these ones actually. I pulled a thorn out of his paw. Drinking partner. That's just like my mate, guys! He gets pissed every Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday night. He's absolutely fucking pissed! I just managed to keep up with him last year. We're like, hey! Me and my mate, we have some women, this is find them, fuck them, send them on the way. I'm hoping to get laid one of these days and talk to his man next door. We're like, hey! Me and my mate, we have some lads! Hey! Yeah, you're fucking right, you fucking swears and all! Talks about football and, football. It's got the same sense of taste I've got. Fuck all. Some people start swearing too much, but there's no swearing in this last basket. This is a little crate to leave you with. It's called the Lug Spray. It's for drinkers, and it's based on the Lord's Prayer. So it's like to bow your heads. Half lager. Till 11:30. A-lead speed line. Thy wrinkle can. Thy will be drunk. With birds passing wind evening. Give us this day our scaly breath. And forgive us our drop glasses, as we forgive them who toss glasses against us. Lead us not to tempt Asian takeaways. But deliver us from seafood. For opening time is for drinking, till all hours of the morning, forever and ever, same again.
And on the 8th day God created the lower middle class, and he spoke, saying, take from these terraced slums my working class people, that they may dwell in the new promised land we shall call council estates, and give unto them extended credit facilities with no deposit and all manner of consumer goods. Let them purchase Venetian blinds, electric doorbells which play 10 much loved tunes, and go forth to Spain for their holiday of a lifetime, bring back a 3-foot donkey and some genuine reproduction maracas. Let them install fitted carpets, central heating and Japanese hi-fi systems in their abode, surround them with images of style and culture, that they may dwell in their illusion. And unto them furnish sons and daughters, that they may grow strong in their pretensions, and flee from these places called council estates, saying, get behind me these social stigma. And let these sons and daughters visit tasteful restaurants for evening meals, and let them buy basket work and matching pine from arty shops that charge outrageous prices. And let these sons and daughters read the Daily Mail and go out in foursomes to the local lounge and talk about loft insulation, patio doors and stone fireplaces. And never, never call these people working class, for these are to be termed the lower middle class. For verily the term working class is to be cast from this land for ever and ever. Amen.